Will I save money selling without a real estate agent? Hi, I'm Taj Richardson with Harcourts Home Oregon Coast here in Lincoln County, and we want to discuss today the options you have when it's time to sell your house. Basically, you've got two options when it comes to selling your house. Fundamentally, it's should I work with an agent or should I sell the house on my own? The reason most people consider selling the house on their own and not hiring a real estate agent to help them find a buyer for it, list it, do all the marketing, do all the things, is saving money. Can I save money? If I sell the house for $600 with an agent versus sell a house for $600 without an agent, am I going to save money? In that scenario, the answer is yes. I can admit it. You can save money if you don't use a real estate agent and you're able to sell the house at the same price in the same market that an agent can sell it for as well. So that's the easy answer, but let's get into the weeds a little bit. I feel like I need to probably defend my profession a little bit now that I've said that. So the idea of hiring a real estate agent, if you can save money without one, it comes down to two things. National Association of Realtors tracks this very closely for obvious reasons. And they have statistics that do show that when you work with a real estate agent to sell your home, the net in-pocket return for owners is actually higher than selling on their own. So check out the stats on that and take that into consideration. I will say it is a professional association of realtors. So obviously they want to defend what real estate agents do and earn how they earn their commission, but the stats are there and that's backed by a reputable organization. The other factor to this, and the one that I think really makes it kind of a no-brainer to work with your agent, is the amount of stress that can be taken away from you and dropped right on the shoulders of your real estate agent and getting the home ready to sell, listed, marketed, working through negotiations, which is a big one, and then, getting it all the way through the due diligence period for the buyer and ultimately closed in a successful transaction. The steps involved with that process are literally hundreds and hundreds of checklist items long. We have a software program that we use that's literally a reminder of checklist items. Do this, do that, do this, do that. And it's well over 150 long. It's probably closer to 200 things that we need to remember to do so that we help our seller get their home sold. And so I can't even get into the details of all the little things that you don't have to do that you're paying an agent to do. So to me, a factor of am I going to save money on selling the house myself? What's your time worth? Are you working a full-time job, raising a family? Do you live remotely? In our area, a lot of our sellers live remotely. Can you oversee a real estate transaction that can take 90 days, call it 100 with the stuff you have to do to get it ready to sell, and not have that overtake your life? We just talked about how it's hundreds of checklist items long that you have to do to get a home sold. That relays to the seller when you're not working with an agent. And so what's the time value to you? That's something you can answer. I can't answer that for you, but if you know what your hourly wage is or your annual salary, you can figure out, it's not worth my time at $200 an hour to pay a real estate agent $150 an hour to do this work for me, or whatever that math is in your world. So that's part of the consideration. One thing I've told to people who actually, this comes from the vacation rental industry, which we're very tied into here on the Oregon coast. They talk about, should I self-manage or should I hire a property management company? And I said, well, if you do the math, you're basically saving 10% of the cost by doing it yourself. So that question is that worth 10% to you at the end of the day, considering all the stuff you have to do? So at the end of the day, you're going to probably walk away with a little bit more in pocket. If you do everything the right way, probably, but is it worth it? Probably not. I think that's the truly honest answer. The big thing is the NAR, National Association of Realtors stats suggesting that agents can sell houses for a higher price point than for sale by owner can. Like I said, consider where that information comes from. Zillow, the big monster in real estate, it's pretty easy to go on there and put your own home for sale. So that kind of checks the marketing box in a big way. But to me, it's two things. It's the headache of the 200 long checklist. And then where I think there's huge value in having a real estate agent, and I think it's completely undersold by real estate agents, is how good of a negotiator are they? And if they're a phenomenal negotiator, that's where they're going to make money for you. And it won't cost more to sell your house because they're able to have a better negotiation with the buyer when you get into those conversations. So take it for what it is. That's my take on it. And I hope that you found something of value there. I'm Taj Richardson, Harcourts, Home Oregon Coast in Lincoln City. And if you do want to hire a real estate agent to sell your house, I can help with that. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody.